Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. Guess what? Today I have an amazing speaker, a keynote speaker named Gulneet Chadda. She's joining me all the way from Dubai. She's a certified therapist, licensed hypnotherapist, and mental health author and a keynote speaker. Listen, last time when I had her in the house, over 2,500 just dropped in and dropped out, and the questions were nonstop. So I'm going to bring you up later on in the stage to ask questions all about manifestations today. Who is looking for a dream career? Give me thumbs up if you are in the audience. There's a react button down there. I want you to be pumped up. I want you to share this. And if you want to see this on a replay, please go ahead and subscribe to my teachndo.com/newsletter right there for you. And you will get the replay later on just for people who are going to be looking for a lot of golden nuggets. And this is not going to be anywhere else, guys. She charges for this heavily, but you are getting this right here in my Career Challenge Live. This is Sweta Regmi joining you from Canada, career and branding strategist, and I'm empowering immigrants to make a six-figure success. And it's possible without having that large network and updated skills and a lot of hoarding the certifications. Gulneet Chadda has worked with a celebrity around the world, and she has an HR background, and she's going to talk about, hey, dream career is possible. You just have to follow the framework, and you would not believe the golden nuggets she's here to drop in just because you came in here. So thank you for showing up. Gulneet, welcome to my show, Career Challenge. Tell us all about yourself. What have you been doing lately? You're all over, girl.
Thank you, Sweta. Thank you for the lovely introduction. And thank you, everyone who's joining this audio live. So yeah, very interesting topic, very, very close to my heart. And guess what? This is what I do for a living as well. I have not just tried the technique of manifestation on myself and created whatever I have today. I was literally broke in 2020. And today, well, if I don't work for next 20 years, nothing's going to change in my life and my lifestyle. So to answer some of your questions, because a lot of people must be curious, thinking, is it true? Is manifestation and the whole reality around manifestation, when people say, yeah, you know what, I manifested this, I manifested that, is it really true? So let me tell you, this is the good news. Manifestation, anything concerning money, is the easiest to manifest. Easiest because there's not much work that you need to do in order to manifest wealth. And of course, your dream career or whatever that also involves wealth. Anything with regards to the opportunity is the easiest to get through. And I have personally worked with a lot of corporate professionals, C-suite, and I've also worked with a lot of celebrities, including Virendra Sehwag, the famous cricketer. His testimonial is on my page, and also including a lot of Bollywood celebrities. And well, there is a secret recipe, and I have personally done a lot of work in digging the real golden rule and how does it work. And once I start applying that formula to myself, to my life, and started seeing changes around me, it only encouraged me to follow this more and more. And once I was able to get like really 100% sure that yes, this is what works, not just in career, wealth, relationships, and everything. Yes, that's the only secret recipe that will work to manifest whatever you want in life. So, okay, to start with, because I don't want to waste too much time in my introduction, I just want to get to the point. Today, we are going to talk about 5 steps to manifest your dream career. Now, it can be your career, you can be employed, or you're looking to establish something of your own. You want to be an entrepreneur. Whatever it is, the recipe is the same. There's nothing that changes. Now, listen to this carefully, because if you want to understand what is manifestation, manifestation is your connection to the universe where every opportunity exists. And I tell this to everyone. The universe responds to your frequency. It is about your frequency. And if you do have a pen and a paper, you may want to write down some things that are very important and you want to go through it after you finish this audio live. Now, it's about your own frequency and the frequency of the universe that you need to match with, because the universe vibrates on a very, very high frequency. If you're talking about a job, your career, or you're talking about your next move, you must be having a goal in mind. So you're a manager, you want to become a senior manager. You're a CM manager, you want to become a director. So there's a goal in mind. And the frequency of that particular goal vibrates on a very, very high frequency. And we're going to talk about frequency in the next step. Now, the universe responds to your frequency. It doesn't recognize your personal desires, wants, or needs. Now, listen to this very carefully, because this has a great meaning to it. It only understands the frequency in which you are vibrating at. For example, if you are vibrating in the frequency of fear, guilt, shame, you are going to attract things of similar vibration from the universe. Now, if you are vibrating in the frequency of love, joy, abundance, gratitude, you're going to attract things that support that frequency. It's kind of tuning into a radio station. You have to be tuning into the music you want to listen to, just like you have to be tuned into the energy you want to manifest into your life. So it is about changing your mindset. Now, it's definitely not just about writing a journal or doing your vision board. Yes, that's a part of manifestation, but that's not the only thing that is going to let you manifest what you want. Because if you're writing a vision board or if you're doing a journal, that's an intent. Intent is very powerful, because again, intent is very electrical energy, because it comes from your brain. But here we are talking about a combination of your brain and your heart. Recent studies in science have actually proved that your heart is more stronger than the brain. Reason: your heart sends message to the brain through vagus nerve, and that's 4 times faster than the brain sends signal to the rest of the body. So if you're able to control the feelings of guilt, fear, shame, self-doubt is the number one that basically is a biggest hurdle in manifestation. So we'll come to the survival emotions in the next step. Now, if you're able to control all these feelings or emotions at the heart level, your manifestation progresses. But if you still keep vibrating and your electromagnetic frequency is the same and you're vibrating on a lower frequency, then manifestation is not going to be possible. I'll give you another example. So our body is made of energy. Now, now you're going to ask me, how do you say the body is made of energy? Now, how many people in the audience who's listening to us think that body is actually made of energy? Hands up. How many of you think that body is made of energy? We are made of energy. Yeah, so we see some hands going up. Okay. So just to clarify on the scientific level, now this is not on the spiritual level, because everything, even manifestation, is quite scientific. Now, if you look at the intelligence that keeps our heart beating, where does it come from? It comes from autonomic nervous system. Where is it located? It's located in your limbic brain. It has tissues, yes. The tissues has cells, and the cells have molecules. The molecules have atoms, and the atoms have subatomic particles, and the subatomic particles are made of energy. Here we are talking about the energy in motion, the frequency that you need to vibrate on. So your intent and your feelings need to match with each other for you to manifest what you want. Now, I'll basically go through the next step so that you get more clarity. The first step of manifestation. Now, after the brief introduction, let's go to the first step of manifestation. What is your goal? Write it down. You got to be specific. You see, as vibration and as an intent, the brain is going to stick on to one thing at a time. The more broad-based you are, the more you're confusing the brain and your energy on what you really want to manifest. So on your vision board, right at the center of the vision board, write down a symbol. Let's say if it's an opportunity that you're looking for, write down O in on that board, right in the center of that board or a piece of paper, whatever you want to use. Now, you got to be telling yourself over and over again that this is an opportunity. And just under that O, write down what you exactly want. If you are a senior manager, you want to move to a director position, you're a director, you want to become a senior director, be specific. If you give universe that indication of a very broad based spectrum, the universe doesn't align with your desires because it's a confusion. You want to go here or you want to go there. And if you start confusing, you say, oh no, I want a job, no, I want to start my own business. It doesn't work like that. For manifestation, like when I wanted to manifest buying a property, I wanted to tell the universe, or I wanted to put down in my on my vision board that this is exactly what I want. And I wanted to tell the universe that this is where exactly what I want. So let's say it's about your career. First, it's the opportunity. That's what you're looking for. Where are you looking for this opportunity? Write down exact location. You're looking for that opportunity in Dubai. You're looking for that opportunity globally. Now, where do you feel most of connection with which location? Because manifestation is not about just your intent. The manifestation is about your emotions, your heart taking you somewhere. So ask yourself, where do you feel is the right career move for you? Which location? Where do you want to go globally? Write down those countries, write down what exactly you want. Now, on that piece of paper, on that vision board, on the right hand side, write down what exactly that job brings to the table. First, write down the package. The more specific you are, the best you will be proceeding on the path of manifestation. Write down the salary package, write down the culture, write down, is it a global brand, it's a multinational company, what exactly it is. Write down if you need more travel because you want to grow and you want that exposure in your career. Write down every single thing on the right hand side, just next to that O, which is your opportunity. On the left hand side, write down the feelings. These feelings are very important because once you start visualizing, which is the next step, well, which is basically the fourth step. Once you start visualizing through various techniques, you have to really understand that this is your intent. On the right hand side, what you wrote down is your intent. On the left hand side is the feeling. Now, when we say write down the feelings, you have to write down what you will feel when you land in your dream job, which means you'll feel accomplished, you will feel happy, you will feel full of gratitude, you will feel whatever the feelings you will feel at that time. Write those down. Now that makes your manifestation board. Now, doing this manifestation board is not enough because there's work that you need to do internally in order to basically give this board a shape, a reality, right? Now, let's say you're manifesting a job. You're saying to yourself, I want a job. You've done this board and everything. Now, the next step is to work on your belief system. Most of the beliefs, and I always tell this to everyone, 95% of who we are by the age of 35 sits in our subconscious. Now, what we learn is what we live is what we learn, and that comes from the childhood. Now, if from childhood you have had certain experiences, and those experiences have made you feel that you're not capable, you're not enough, you feel your life is difficult, you feel success comes to you very late, then that's another hurdle in the path of manifestation. Because you can be thinking whatever you want. I want this dream job, I want this position, I want to accomplish this. But at the same time, if you feel you're not worth it, you're not capable, that does not marry the intent of manifestation that you have. So the belief has to be written down very, very clearly because this is what you will be working on each and every day until your manifestation becomes true. It becomes a reality. the success that I have seen with my clients, and that comes even before 30 days of 30 days, even before they complete their journey of manifestation, are the ones who are ready to undo their belief system that is coming either from the childhood or whatever experiences in their lives. And the quicker, the faster they get over those belief system, the better their manifestation journey becomes. Because guess what happens when you remove your belief system? You're no longer feeling that you're not capable. The doors to opportunities are going to open. You'll start taking risks. You'll start having a different level of confidence, and definitely the opportunities will start coming to you. So the belief system is very important. Do you feel you're not worthy? Do you feel you're not capable? I'm now talking only about career, because different things will, let's say you want to manifest a relationship and you have an underlying belief system saying that I'm not lovable. There's hell no, you can never manifest a relationship, because what you're basically trying to tell yourself, yeah, I want a relationship, but then I'm not lovable. I don't think I deserve this. How is that going to work? Because you're actually going into opposite directions. So your intent, which is what you have written down on a piece of paper and exactly what you think you want, has to marry your emotions. Very, very important. Now, the first is the goal. Second is your belief system. The third is your survival emotions. Now, I always tell people, write down, do you have, now these are the common survival emotions, but there are more, and you will understand what are your own survival emotions. Do you have anger? Do you have fear, unworthiness, shame, self-doubt, guilt, ego, victimization, anxious, judgmental, distress? Now, when you are on the path of manifestation and you tell yourself, in 30 days, I want to manifest my dream career, you got to get rid of all these survival emotions, because the more survival emotions you have, the more it is going to lower your electromagnetic frequency in the universe. Now, your brain, which is a thought, is electrical, and your heart is magnetic. So it's electromagnetic frequency. You need to be vibrating at a very high frequency. And when I say you need to be vibrating on a very high frequency, meaning when things don't work, you're not disappointed, you don't doubt the process, you don't feel that, oh well, this is just waste of time, it doesn't work, this is just like a marketing thing, and there's no truth behind it. No, there is truth behind it, and I can show you a lot of evidences in my life and in the lives of people that I have worked with, only to prove that manifestation works. And the more you go on that manifestation journey and work on your survival emotions, the more stronger you are going to get on that path. Now, let's say you want a job. Your belief is you're not capable, you're not worth it, and then you also have an imposter syndrome, right? You keep doubting yourself. Now, your survival emotions will be, let's say, self-doubt, fear of getting rejected, frustration because there's a delay, right? And the frustration will come when things are not going to be going as per what you have planned. And then you're going to get disappointed. And then you're going to get sad. If you start experiencing all these survival emotions, no matter how much work you have done towards your manifestation, it's going to still pull you down. So, end of the day, there are two things that need to be kept in check. First is your belief system, and then is your survival emotion. Now, how do you, which is again the fourth step, now, how do you activate this? Let's say, how do you activate the power of manifestation? And then, how do you keep all these emotions and beliefs in check? Now, I definitely recommend meditation. And I want to know from the audience, how many people actually meditate every single day? You can raise your hands.
For the audience, maybe go thumbs up, because if you raise your hand, then it's almost like
Oh, okay.
James.
All right.
Just
Okay. So, okay. Cool. So we've got 4 people wanting to speak. Anyway, so yeah, thumbs up. How many people do meditate? Right. Okay. So we do have some meditators. Okay. Okay. So Can I just tell you something? And that is a fact. When I was literally broke, and we had in 2020 the most horrifying event in the family. Somebody gave their life to depression, and everything changed. And Sweta, because she follows my journey, she exactly knows what I'm talking about. It was a very hard time for me and my family. Financial situation was very, very bad. And then I didn't know how to lead my life with my son, single mom, with Dubai being so expensive. And then I said, okay, now there are two ways that I can go to. There's one way that I can take, one path out of the two that's available to me. One is I keep asking myself and God, why? And then the second one is, well, I know the situation. I can basically look at this stress as strength to take me out of the situation, and really understand what is my strength and what can I do in order to survive. And at that time, really, survival was the only objective. No money was involved. If I'm able to make my ends meet, that was the only thing that I wanted in 2020. And I started with meditation. And I kid you not, meditation changes your brain chemistry. Meditation changes your life, it changes everything. And then when I started discovering the power of manifestation, I did realize that meditation is the most powerful tool for you to manifest what you want. Now, a lot of people tell me, well, you know what, we can't meditate. We don't know what happens. As soon as we close our eyes, our mind chatters even more. We can't stop our mind from thinking. And I say this to them: the job of your mind is to think, and it will never stop thinking. And it's good that it does not stop thinking, because then it's a brain which is no longer alive if it stops thinking. Now, in your meditation, if you want to make that meditation a powerful manifestation story, you need to give your meditation a story. When I say you need to give your meditation a story, whatever you've written down on this board or a piece of paper, you remember we started with goal and the left side, your emotions, and the right side, what you want, play that as a movie in that meditation. What are you doing with that is, the rule of the mind is, the mind does not understand between anything that you tell your mind or the experience that the mind experiences, because the mind can only validate something through what you're telling your mind. And that's a scientific reality. It's not that something that I'm making up. If you tell your mind that I'm going to play the story and I believe that the story is real, your mind will start believing it. And the more often you tell your mind that this story is real, more often your mind starts believing it. And guess next what happens? Mind's job is to instruct the body to take action. Now, the next step, what happens is the mind starts to find ways to instruct the body to take action. Let's say you've been feeling very overwhelmed about something, or you don't have confidence in approaching somebody, just because you're telling your mind about this manifestation story that yes, I'm attending the interview, I'm acing it, and they like me, I'm getting that offer. Now I see myself going into another country, I'm joining, that's my first day, I'm being welcomed. You give that power food to your mind and you start telling your mind the story over and over again. Your mind starts believing it, and then your mind starts boosting neurotransmitters in your body and start making that dream a reality through certain actions that your body is going to take in certain situations. And the next thing that happens is, it's not just about the actions. When you meditate, you're basically working on your survival emotions. Now, if you do have doubt, self doubt, you have imposter syndrome, or you have that fear of getting rejected, or you feel that you're not worth it, or maybe you will not be able to make it, and then you've got experiences from the past interviews where you did not make it, that's going to create that doubt even more stronger. What meditation does is it silences the logical thinking of your brain, logical part of your brain, goes into your subconscious and then works on the subconscious pattern. Now, what basically meditation is going to do is going to make you calm, think less, and the way we build that snowball effect, that's going to go down. So it means all the survival emotions will eventually go silent. And when the survival emotions go silent, guess what? The beliefs go silent. And then that's the perfect way to manifest. People who do not feel connected to meditation have not actually tried the real manifestation meditation, because the real manifestation meditation should be the story personalized to the life or they want to live, to the career that they want to have. The other thing that you can try is mind movies. You can note that down, and that's also becoming very popular. So mind movies is quite interesting. It basically helps you to create a movie of your future, of what you want. And it also allows you to upload pictures that you want to see in your manifestation. Put the right kind of music, the music that you love. Music really helps a lot, whether in meditation or in manifestation or whatever it is. Music is a big booster. It basically helps you get your emotions really activated, and you can play that movie. Well, they have actually received a lot of success in over the past few years, but again, for some people it works, for some people it does not work. Apart from that, journaling is very, very important. And why is journaling important? You'll ask me, well, we've already, done the vision board, we've written everything down, and then we look at it every single day. Yeah, you're looking at it every single day, but you need to undo stuff that does not complement what you have written down and you're looking at every single day. So with meditation, while you're silencing your subconscious mind, you also practically are living a life. You're not just living that life of future through meditation, but you're also living a practical life where you will find some things not working. You will find some obstacles. And let's say you attend an interview and you feel that, oh, well, now this is my dream job and this is what I've wanted. My manifestation is coming true. And guess what? You don't get through. That's a disappointment, right? And these are the real life experiences. Now, how do you make sure that you're putting a check on the emotions, your survival emotions of self doubt, fear of getting rejected, frustration, which comes from delay or rejection, disappointment, sadness, all these survival emotions? How are you going to check? How are you going to write down a proper journal where you remind yourself that you're not going to live by these emotions? So, what I'm basically telling you is become conscious of your subconscious program. Your subconscious program has got these emotions. You got to keep these emotions in check. Now, the only way you can keep these emotions in check is to consciously remind yourself every single day of these emotions. And by the end of the day, you pick up your journal and you write down the incident that brought your survival emotions to surface. Now you get into the habit. First 5 days you'll be writing down, and this is like the pattern that I see with every single client I work with who is basically on manifestation journey. You write down every single day that this is what I experienced, and this incident actually brought my survival emotions to surface. After fifth day, what happens? What happens is you hate visiting those survival emotions, because you got to be writing those survival emotions when you come back home and you do your journal. Now you conscious, not on the journal, in the event itself, while you're living your life, your daily routine, or whatever experiences that you have, you're basically conscious. And what you do is you change that emotion. You basically tell yourself, well, yesterday is not today, and tomorrow is also not known. So why do I bother? And once you start believing that any obstacle, any rejection is no validation of this manifestation failing, that's when you keep going. So what I've seen with my clients is very common. First 5 days they're going to write their emotions, they're feeling it, because of course now they are more conscious of the subconscious program, and now they are writing with the view to become aware, because the whole point is to become aware. Now or from the sixth day, they become aware when the incident actually happens. So their reflection on that emotion happens instantly. And at that point, they have a choice. They can feel this emotion and further suppress their electromagnetic frequency, or they can change your mind, they can change their mind, they can change their mindset, and then continue on their journey of manifestation. So that was the fourth thing. So you've got meditation, the most powerful tool, what I have seen, tried, tested, worked with my clients, and has always been successful. You got mind movies. If you don't believe in meditation, got mind movies. And of course, either with you do meditation or you do mind movies, journaling has to be done because that cannot be avoided. The fifth and the very, very important part of manifestation is your focus. Now, while I tell people that you are on a 30-day manifestation journey, I also tell them that having a divergent focus is extremely important. Human body is, because I'm a therapist and I know how you basically get through your survival emotions and your autonomic nervous system, we are never at rest. So we never give our body that time to repair and regenerate or time for regrowth. We are always on flight and fight mode where we are constantly making sure that we avoid any kind of problem, which also means that we are constantly predicting, because when we predict, we feel safe. When we predict, we know that we are in the known. Now, your focus should be on the unknown, because while you're writing down the goal that I want this, you can't define a path, even though you do. In a lot of meditations that I make for my clients, the path is very well established, but there's no guarantee that this is the path that is going to lead you to manifestation. The more you predict your environment, the more it is going to stop you from manifesting what you want, because you're predicting, you're having convergent focus, which means your focus is very narrowed. What I tell people, you need to have divergent focus, because only in divergent focus you're allowing the unknown to happen in your life. Because if you keep on focusing on the path that you have created, you're only going to get disappointed. I'll give you an example. Now, I wanted to buy my dream car, and I said to myself, and this is like tried and tested. Now, I wanted to buy my dream car, and I said, I'm going to get this on my birthday. And I said, okay, so now there's 7 months left for my birthday, and I'm going to get it because I wanted to make sure that my financial situation is okay. I didn't want a mortgage. I wanted to buy cash, and it was an expensive car. Now something happened, and I had to put some money in my business. That happened in the month of April. And what happened was, if you're planning, now imagine your mindset. You're in January, you're planning to buy a car in the month of July. Now you know that you got to be arranging for X number of funds every single month for you to be able to buy that car in the month of July. Now something happens in April, and then your goal gets pushed by another 3, 4 months. Now what happens here? Disappointment, right? Oh, well, I wanted to do something on my birthday. I wasn't able to do. Now, once you start your focus, once you're very convergent focus, you're basically focused on the timeline. You're focused on something which you have created within a specific boundary. Now, the more that boundary gets shifted, the more distant you feel from your goal, and that doesn't help in manifestation. In my own career, I'll give you another example. When I became a therapist and I was like, I want to now work in a hospital, but I don't want an entry level position, because I knew in my heart and in my mind the kind of stuff that I have studied, I can do a lot better than a typical psychotherapist. And I said to myself, well, I don't know if this opportunity exists, because who's going to take me on a senior level as a newbie therapist. It doesn't work like this. And then I went to one hospital, got rejected, second hospital rejected, third hospital, and every single hospital that gave me rejection, I literally smiled at that rejection. And I said to myself, something big is waiting for me. And guess what? I said to myself, okay, all the doors are closing, doesn't matter. There's one door that will open for me. And I'm waiting for that one door. And I'm not getting impatient. Whenever it has to come, it will come. So, which means when I said I'm not getting impatient to myself, I haven't defined a timeline. Because once you define a timeline, and that doesn't happen, you get restless, you get impatient. And the purpose of manifestation is not that. The purpose of manifestation is to be in the unknown. The more realities, the more surprises, the more that comes through manifestation and the universe is from the power of the unknown, tried and tested. I was working with my client, and my client was basically pitching for a tender, one of the suppliers. And he said, well, I want to do this for myself. It's a very big project. I said, okay, let's get started. And then the next thing, he got to know that he was not in the top 3. So which means he was excluded from the list. And I said to him, I said, well, believe in the power of the unknown. You have to believe in the power of the unknown. That's the only thing that I can tell you. And of course, the client was like very, very focused and said, okay, I know this works, and I know in my heart that this is going to work. And the next 2, 3 days, nothing happened. The fourth day, he got a call, and he was invited for a meeting, and he got to know that one of the suppliers dropped out because something happened in their company and the partnership dissolved, and now they are no longer going to support the tender. So he got in because they dropped. So now, what do I tell this? This is the power of the unknown, because you don't predict. You don't tell yourself that this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to proceed. No, you got to tell the universe what you want. Feel the feelings, get rid of your beliefs, get rid of your survival emotions. Tell your brain over and over again, I want this, I have this. Say it in the present tense, I have this, I have this, I have this, and I believe that I have this. And keep that focus. Believe in the power of the unknown, and that is going to get you to manifesting, whether it's your dream career or whatever you want in life, that will come through. But the first point, even before you start writing down the goal or do anything, just write down, what is the belief that you're running? Is it coming from your childhood? How can you work on this belief? And what are your survival emotions? If you want a little more help, I'm going to repeat some of the survival emotions, which are very common, is anger, fear, feeling of unworthiness, shame, self-doubt, guilt, ego, victimization, anxious, judgmental, distress. These are some of the survival emotions which are very, very common to individuals, and that definitely does not help with manifestation. So yeah, so these are the 5 steps involved. The more you practice, the more you get closer to manifestation. And always remember, failures are only there to test you and to lower your electromagnetic frequency. But the whole point is, at that time, how you maintain your energy and keep going, keep focusing, and keep believing in the power of the unknown. So I tell people, and I'll sum it up here. I always tell people, you got to be greater than the time. So you got to be feeling that you have it, so that you can bring that potential much more closer to yourself. You got to be greater than the environment. So whatever rejections you've got, you got to smile at them. And you got to be greater than the physical symptoms, which is your body, which is your survival emotions. You now need to undo those survival emotions every single day. These are the only 3 things that I would say. And yeah, I hope I was able to summarize everything in short 40 minutes conversation. Now,
That was great. It was amazing. Hey, audience, if you're listening right now, give her a heart emojis. There's a react button right there. give her a shout out, share this. And I want you to do one thing today. For those people who are not able to attend it, do us a favor, go there and repost this and say it out loud. What were your 3 takeaways from this manifestations? What are you going to do about it? And tag both of us. We'll hop in as well, create the content out of it, amplify this as well. And for those of you who are just joining in, I have a great news for you. Okay. I've been getting a lot of messages right now, and they're telling me, oh my God, this is so good. Where do I get this? I missed the first half. Here's the thing. This is not available anywhere else, but if you subscribe to my newsletter, which is teachndo.com/newsletter, you're going to get the access to the replay for the limited time, and you can go now implement all the steps she did it. And you have to listen to this 3 times, 4 times, 5 times to get it done, because there are a lot of golden nuggets. And I understand that you're not able to sink in all together. It was so good. Now, the other events I'm coming up is API event, where I am going to bring top speakers, award-winning journalists, LinkedIn editors, top voices, TEDx speaker. They're all coming in the house on May the 10th at 11 a.m. And for you to come in and hear what are they going to say, they're like golden nuggets from all around the world. Please go ahead and subscribe to my newsletter, and you will get it when it's happening. And you will also get the link. And there's a link, which is teachndo.com/API event. If you go to my free resources, you can go put your name on it. It's a free event. Oh my God, like 8 speakers from around the world are going to talk about so many things, and you want to be part of that event coming up live again. And this is not going to be available anywhere else. You can also get the replay. Even if you don't attend it, you will get the replay if you sign up on my free resources under API event, which is happening on May 10th. Please come in. That's going to be amazing. Now, we're going to open. I know you have a lot of questions. We're going to open the floor for questions. And if you want to come in on the stage and ask the question, be very brief, 1 question at a time. And then I'm going to remove you from the stage and give other people a chance as well. First questions would be Brenda. So raise your hand if you want to come up on the stage. Couple of housekeeping. Make sure you allow your mic, because you need to give permission to the mic to come up on the stage. And it's under your setting, under 3 dots on top. And when you go in there, 3 dots on top, right there on the right, top right, audio setting, and give permissions. Otherwise, you're not able to speak on the stage. That's how the permission is granted on LinkedIn. It has nothing to do with me. So Nadeem, I'm going to just go ahead and ask you a question. Tell us where you're joining us from as well. That'd be helpful. What question do you have, Nadeem?
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to interact you. I want to ask that if somebody has to deal with toxic environment, like toxic job environment, so how he has to deal with that? Any good suggestion for that?
Go ahead.
I'm from.
Go ahead.
I think we lost him. Yeah, anyways, I'll answer this question. So this is I'm not sure what he's trying to manifest, but I would say to all the people who basically are in a toxic environment, and one tip that I always give them is, it's your choice. It's your choice to have the toxicity around you to affect you, or you stay unaffected. Because end of the day, every single one of us, I don't think there's anybody in this audience who have not been in a toxic environment, including myself. Like, I had that a toxic boss who used to make me wait outside her office for 40 minutes standing while I could see her talking on the phone, and she used to not even look at me, ignore the meeting, and I'm just standing there. So that and the comments and the narcissist attitude. What I basically decided, even when I was going through that environment, is, am I going to allow this to affect me? Right? So I'm not going to allow this to affect me, but at the same time, my responsibility is to find a safe environment for myself. And it's my choice if I am staying in that toxic environment for a long time due to whatever reasons or circumstances that I might have in my personal life as well, whether it's money or I'm stuck, I can't move out. If you can't move out, then you have to find ways to not let it affect you. But if you can, then definitely you have to find a safe place for yourself, because end of the day, this is your choice. As I always tell people, two people are gossiping in the office, it's your choice to join them or to not join them. And at the same time, is it affecting you? Are you allowing it to affect you beyond a certain level? It's your choice.
That is amazing. I remember me quitting from the toxic job environment after I went away on a stress leave for a bit, and I decided I choose to go be back to that environment where nothing's going to change, or I choose to just walk away from it. And that's when I had full-time consulting at Teachndo. And you're so right. You choose to deal with that situations. But again, I just want to make sure that no, you don't have to quit all the time, and you are not probably privileged to quit. In my case, I was privileged to quit because my spouse was making money anyway, so I could figure it out. But then again, there are things that you can do is self-evaluate yourself and see how far you can stretch it out and start the exit plan right away. Have a plan and then go from it. Obviously, I really love the fact, Gulneet, you talked about when you talk about the manifestations, the first step was to be very specific, having that clarity, and then be on that mindset of you can do anything and getting over rejections. And I really like the fact that you talked about something which is something big is coming, like the fact that you were rejected in hospital and you just smiled and you bounced back and you said to yourself, something big is coming. That is amazing mindset and belief system that we all have to take it away from today's sessions. If you want to manifest the dream career or anything in life, rejection would be the redirections. Anything else you want to add, Gulneet, before we let you go?
No, we can take more questions, I think.
Okay. Nadeem. Okay. So Muhammad, raise your hand. I'm going to close this in 6 minutes. And we're going to be leaving from here within 6 minutes. If I don't see any questions here, please stay on.
Hello.
Muhammad,
May I speak?
and where are you joining us from?
Basically, I'm a banker and I'm joining from Pakistan. And I'm seeing a very good session that you guys are taking. It's a very fruitful. My question is that regarding my career, that I have experience around 10 years in banking sector, but I'm facing some difficulties like my communication level or maybe something is not good surrounding the people, whether they act like me, how they behave like me. So I'm unable to push up myself in 10 years that I can unable to get a good position, wherein these circumstances those people, other peoples are going up. So why I'm lacking? Where is my lacking? I'm feeling that it's a communication gap or something else, that why I'm not moving up. So please guide about.
Okay, you can mute yourself while I answer your question. Yeah, okay. So you said about communication, why I'm not able to go up the ladder of my career. And you said specifically about your communication. So you do understand that you know what your survival emotions are. You feel that you're not capable, you feel less worthy. So while you keep that goal of developing your communication, at the same time, you need to get rid of that belief, those survival emotions. Now, the belief which is like, I am different, maybe I'm not capable, maybe these are the beliefs that you need to find out which one of these do you have. They are kind of similar. And at the same time, go back into your childhood and understand, as a comparison with your siblings, when, why, where, and how you form that belief. It will give you a wider perspective of, it is not about today, it is about the life that you're living of the past, and you're still running that pattern of self-doubt over and over again. That will give you not just the clarity, but at the same time, if you write down the success that you have had, and at the same time what you have achieved in your life, will encourage you more, give you more confidence to pursue and make your communication, which is your goal, much better, and is going to encourage you to work towards that goal. Because if you sit and keep thinking about this belief over and over again, you start using these survival emotions. Because I can see also comparison happening here with your colleagues, where you think that your peers are doing much well, and then you are still there, not been able to progress. And it's about you, it's about you, it's always about us, it's not about circumstances. So I would say, write down the belief system, survival emotions, write down the goal, and start taking classes. Because once you start doing that, become conscious of your subconscious program, your mind is going to instruct your body. You'll come across courses, you'll register, you'll start learning, you'll start practicing in front of the mirror, start making videos, send it to your friends, ask for their critical feedback. There's so much that you can do now, only when you get over that belief system and you want to start doing it. So that's one recommendation from my side.
That is great. And as a career strategist, I could not just, stress on what you said. It was, if you're aware of it, that's a first step. And a lot of human being, and I know that I work with a lot of clients as well, sometimes they're not even aware of it. What's the problem? To me, it sounds like you are aware of the situation right now. That's a good one. Now, what are you going to do differently about it without comparing yourself with other people? Why are they being promoted? What you can do to stand out. Those are great strategies that Gulneet has provided. Now work on it. I always tell my clients as well, we can keep on talking about it, but when you don't execute it, that becomes a dream. You have to execute to go along with your dream as well. So I'm going to bring Helen on the stage. Guys, if you want me to pick you up, please stay on a line. I'm going to be here for a couple of minutes only, because Gulneet, joining us from Dubai, there's a lot of floods going on as well, and she's been gracious with her time. Please stay up on a queue, otherwise I'm going to close this room as well. This is the only chance you get to ask questions to the very influencer right there. She's not going to do this, and you're getting this for free. Come up and ask questions right now. Okay, Helen, what's your question? Where are you joining us from? We can barely hear you. Sorry.
I'm from Abu Dhabi. Now I'm raising questions towards that dream career.
I can't. It's really, really slow. Can you hear her, or am I the only one?
I don't know. Can I increase on the voice?
Yeah, could you?
No.
Are you hearing me?
Can you do me a favor? Can you send me questions on my DM, and I'll try to pick it up? Just go onto my profile and send me the questions, and I'll pick it from there, okay? Mahib, you're next. Tell us where you're joining us from and what's your question today?
Hi, I hope you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Gulneet.
Hi.
Thanks for taking me. So basically, I have done this, and in fact, I got the international opportunity in my previous career horizon.
Wonderful.
Now, at this point, again, I want to build that goal and want to do it again. Um, so, is it the same procedure? Because one time I have done and have gained the confidence, somehow my circumstances changed, and my job gone, and for COVID reasons I returned to my base country, and again I am looking for an international opportunity once again. So the goal which I followed earlier and the one you narrated is almost similar, but what is like the time period? You mentioned time period is not the key, right? So what is a key takeaway, like how much patience a person has to keep at that level? Yeah.
So, okay, thanks for your question. Very, very valid question. So just to answer that very briefly, first of all, honestly, I have seen in my manifestation trainings that what basically takes you to where you want to go is mainly your heart. it's not even your intent. And you know, this is a funny story. I tell this to everyone. You know, in Indian families, now I get to the crux of it. In Indian families, whenever, and you must be relating to that, Sweta, when people used to say, no, don't marry this person, and then we're so blindfolded, we are in love because the emotions are very high, we end up doing that only to realize later that, you know what, this is not a perfect match. And parents must have, you know, seen something when they were telling us. So basically they were working from their logical mind, but we were working from our emotional heart. And your emotions are going to take you where you want, because emotions are very, very, very intense. And it's a powerhouse for manifestation. Now, to answer your question, go back when you relocated. You said you had a global opportunity and you took that, and then you had COVID situation, you went back. Now, when you were manifesting this goal of relocating, what was so prominent? What did you do in order to get where you landed? So now, emotions, of course, you must be feeling very, very determined. You must be feeling very high on energy, and you must be feeling, oh wow, now is the opportunity, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to reach there. Now, if that feeling is missing right now, it's going to be a delay. You know what I mean? It's because feelings are so, so, so important in manifestation. A lot of people just write vision boards and say, ah, yeah, okay, so this is stuck here on my wall and I see this 10 times a day. Nothing's going to change. It will be there for next 20 years. The more you feel intense about this opportunity, and it's coming from your heart, people say, I'm feeling it in my heart, that's what you need to do. Now, in today's situation, what basically has changed from then to now is something also that you need to understand. Are you now in a situation where you can't take this chance and you have this what if, which is like a question mark? Now, what if it doesn't work out? No, at that time things were different. Now things are very different. At that time, what I'm doing was less common, so I was more in demand. Now I'm not so much in demand. These are like the elements of self-doubt, which are your survival emotions. Understand what were your survival emotions then, understand what is your survival emotion right now, what kind of feelings your circumstances are giving you at this point in time, which is not going to allow you to manifest as fast as possible. Now, going to the time period, that's another question that you asked. How long will it take? How much patient we should be? It's a crazy story. Now, I was working with a client, and he basically was separated, and his wife was in another country. He was staying in another country. He contacted me. He said, well, I want things to become normal, and we have been out of touch for 7 months, but I want her back. And I'm like, okay, so you want her back. So, but do you understand? It's not about her. It's more about you. It's the work that you will have to do on yourself without expecting her to change. Are you ready for that? He's like, I'm totally ready. I am 100% ready. We started the work. Now, on the 5th day, now this is like months and months of no touch with each other. And he had a lot of survival emotions, childhood traumas, and a lot of beliefs that he had in his mind, doubt, and feeling not loved, and so many other things. So how is that possible that somebody who's out of touch for so many months, and the wife contacts him out of blue on the 4th or 5th day? Sounds crazy, right? But it did happen. There's no time frame. There is absolutely no time frame. But what he basically did was something like, you know what, when you say work like a horse, which means don't look left, don't look right, and just focus on what I'm asking you to do, was his commitment to the manifestation journey for 30 days. And some things that we do which are really against manifestation. So you want your partner back into your life, and then when you were angry, you removed all her stuff and you kept it in the storage. That goes against manifestation. A lot of work was done. What I'm saying is, look into your environment, look through things and see what is going to complement this manifestation journey, what is really creating an obstacle in this manifestation journey. You will find answers as and when you start going and you proceed on this path. So coming back to summarize everything, see what is different than what it was when last time you relocated and took this global opportunity. Because if something has changed and the survival emotions are now quite high, that's what you need to control. Do not keep a timeline, be in the unknown. And the unknown is the only path where miracles happen, surprises happen. And that's the only tip that I would like to give you.
That is great. So the timeline, I kind of agree to it. So listen, I manifested you to be on a show, and here you are twice already. We've done this so many times. So see, it works, right? Have that feeling.
Yeah.
I want Gulni Chada on my live. So here she is, right? So manifestation right there. Samuel, I'm going to bring you up. Tell us where you're joining us from and what's your question. You need to unmute yourself. Probably it's a glitch. I'm not sure. Go back to the setting. In the interest of time, I'm going to bring Arnaz. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing your name the right way. Introduce yourself. We have a coach in the house, but it's guys, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a glitch. That's gonna be sad if it's a glitch. Audio setting. Try it. Hang in there. Anyone wants to come up on the stage?
Can you hear me? Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes. What's your question? Where are
Yes.
you joining us from?
Hi, I'm joining you from India. No, I don't have a question really. I think I really found a lot of value in what you said. You spoke about the last bit that you spoke about the husband not being in touch with the wife. That resonated with me a lot. So I'm going through a lot of that personally myself, career-wise as well. I'm going through a lot of shifts, and there's a lot of ups and downs in life. So yeah, so manifestation is something that has worked for me. Whether it was when I was stuck during COVID and trying to send my son to university, and he was stuck, couldn't get through to Canada because of all the restrictions that were on. And I did believe. But I think the consistency in the manifesting and the belief, I don't know how to stick with that. I put in the work, I put in the effort, but then I think I also drop. And every once in a while, I work. I don't do the journaling regularly. I don't do the meditation. I try to do other stuff, but yeah, I that consistency, I think, and that belief. I do believe in manifestation. That's what I'd really like to know. How do you stick to it? How do you
Thank
stick
you.
to
I
that
think
path?
that's amazing because I probably would have asked that question as well. Like, what's consistency to you, Gulneet? That's a great question. What does it look like?
So I would say consistency happens when you feel so strongly. You need it really bad. You know what I mean? Like I needed financial security really, really bad. And I said, no, I need to do this. And I did it, right? If I was in a comfort zone, I wouldn't have done it as well that I did it. You know what I mean? So, like when I said, no, I want to get my first apartment, and my first investment was my apartment, and I said, I want this in the best building in Dubai, in the best location, and I had no money. I didn't even have money to pay the mortgage. And I was like, okay, now what am I supposed to do? And I said to myself, well, I have played this game so many times and I want to do it one more time, but there were risks involved. So, and I needed about 350,000 dirhams for my down payment. I didn't have that money. And I still said to myself, no, I want to get this. I want to get this apartment. So I started the journey. I was like, okay, in 30 days, this is usually the time frame we give to ourselves. Why 30 days? Because it takes around 21 days for you to start seeing some results in your survival emotions. You start, I would say, you start breaking the patterns in your life and you start becoming a new version of yourself. That's why I say 30 days. But I'm not setting a time frame that this is going to happen in 30 days. Now, with that person, with that client, it happened on the fourth or fifth day. Now, what I'm saying is, it all depends how well you're doing this work on yourself. So, going back to the story of my first apartment, I basically said, no, I want to do this. And I went and signed the documents with the seller, with the bank, and my friend was sitting next to me. She's like, "You're an idiot," and because she didn't believe in manifestation. And I said, "No, no, I'll do this." She's like, "If you default, you will end up paying 10% penalty. Like, you don't even have money for the mortgage. How are you going to pay 10%? And I'm like, okay, I'll do this. I'll do this. And I believed strongly. And then, of course, this clock started ticking because the memorandum has got 30 days. The bank has got 30 days. I had to do the transaction, the payments and stuff. Now, and the clock was ticking, and that's high pressure because you know that you've signed on a piece of document and you could be penalized in not a small amount. And I said to myself, oh, I believe in this, let's see what happens. And this was second or third day, I got a call from my client, and at that time I was doing my HR work, as in 60% and 40% mental health. So he called me and he's like, you know what, I have this urgent requirement. I need 3 directors in my company and I want you to handle this, but I want it like yesterday. So please, I want you to put all your time. And long story short, I closed that position in all 3 positions in less than 3 weeks. And the next thing was to basically ask for payment, because you don't get paid until the candidate actually joins the company, right? So, and I knew somebody had 1 month notice, somebody had 2 months. So that was a hurdle. And I said to myself, you know what? It is going to happen. I contacted my client again and I said, listen, we've worked for years together. You trust me, and I'm sure you trust me. And I'm just asking for advance payment, and I can give you a check as security. I just need to do this for myself. It's very personal, and I'm telling you this, and I know it's like, so I did have a better relationship with him as a friend beyond professional relationship, so I could talk to him in that language and express what I wanted to express. And he said, no, don't worry, no problem. And after 2 days, the money came into my account, which was good for my down payment. I took a screenshot, sent it to my friend. She's like, oh, you borrowed? I said, no, I earned. And that was my first success story on the big financial decision that I took, which came true. And just because once you taste, you would want to do it again and again. And the whole property situation continued. And now I'm an active investor in Dubai market. And it was like, a dream that I did not think that I'm going to live, but it kept happening. This January, I wrote myself a check of 500,000 dirhams and I kept it in my wallet. I still have it. And I said to myself, you know what, I want a big contract. I want to work with a corporate and I want this one shot payment. I don't know how this is going to happen, but I want this to happen. And this happened. So it's not like, a lot of times I've done this. And this is why I teach people, because this is not rocket science. But yes, there's a lot of work that you will have to do on yourself. Manifestation will not, the consistency, going back to your question, the reason I'm telling you is I felt it in my heart and I was very determined. I want this, and I went after it, and that leads to consistency. The only thing that is going to break that consistency is doubt in the process, which a lot of people do, and not feeling very strongly about your goal. And of course, all the beliefs and survival emotions coming, which is a part of your personality. So if you don't feel very confident about something, it's not about that something, it's about you. There's something in you which is letting you doubt the process. You're not worth it. No, it's not going to happen. I've tried it so many times, it didn't work. No, it's the belief. It is the belief system. If you look at the percentage of people all over the world who basically go on diets over and over again, weight loss over and over again, and then they come back and then they again start, and then they come back and then again start, the intention is very clear that I want to lose weight, right? And the actions are also very clear that I want to do this. I want to do it for myself because I want to lead a healthy life. But this is a belief system. I've tried it so many times. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. You tried now the new thing. For some time, you're going to stick on to see instant gratification, instant result. But then your belief system kicks in back again, making you doubt the process, not the process, but yourself. And then again, you go back into the same pattern of believing your subconscious program. So that's about consistency.
That is great. So Bahadur is going to wrap this up for us. And before we let you go, Bahadur, what's your question? I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Correct me. If not, then please go ahead with your question. You're on mute right now. All right. So I guess it's a glitch or something's happening. I'm going to wrap it up. Gulneet, if anyone wants to work with you, with whatever's going on in their life and manifestation or hypnotherapist, how can they be in touch with you? What's the best way to be in touch with you?
So they can either DM me on LinkedIn. I'm very, very active on LinkedIn and I do respond to DMs. Or they can email me directly on ask@gulneetchadda, my full name.com.
All right, Daisy, I'm going to bring her up. Hi, Daisy. How are you? So good to see you.
I am well.
I love her title, Chief Encouragement Officer. It's so
Well,
good.
listen, Gulneet, you wouldn't believe it. I was not even thinking. I was just looking at LinkedIn and I saw Sweta's announcement and I jumped on it halfway. And what an enlightening 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Goodness. Thank you so much. And Sweta, thank you. Thank you for this. This has been amazing. Amazing. So much nuggets that you have given us, Gulneet. So that's what I don't have a question. I just wanted to just show up and let you all know how beneficial this has been to me personally.
Oh my God, Daisy, I was thinking about you because Gulneet, Daisy and I, we go way back. She is the certified coach as well here. And she was the one who actually came up with the vision board every January. There's a day on it and she got me into the group and I was like, wow. So because of her, I had a huge board from Amazon. I have a vision board and she does it every year. I bet I was thinking about Daisy, like, Daisy, you need to be here because it's so good, right, Daisy?
Well, you manifested that because I wasn't even planning to be on LinkedIn. And somehow I saw it and I said, oh, Sweta is having this. Let me just jump in. So I am thrilled.
Okay, thank you so much, Daisy.
So Daisy, what has been your biggest takeaway? Like, what was the aha moment for you while listening to this audio?
The aha moment for me, and like I missed the first part, but I think for me, it was when you talked about being consistent. Because yes, we are accustomed to, yes, I need this and I'm going to think about it, I'm going to manifest it. But the consistency is the piece that jumped out of, because I do journaling myself, but I'm not as consistent. So that's my one so many takeaways, but that's the main thing that really hit me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your support.
I appreciate you both. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Daisy. So it is honestly, it has been amazing. I have so much golden nuggets. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay and write it down. And for those of you who are just joining in right now, listen, you're in for a ride, and you don't want to miss it. If you want to listen to her, the 5 steps, step by step, that's going to work for you. Very neat and actionable advice coming from her. And you can watch this on a replay if you subscribe to my newsletter, which is Teachndo/newsletter when you go to my website or when you go into my feature sections on LinkedIn. Go ahead and get it. I'm going to put it as a replay for a bit. There's going to be expiry day on it. So go ahead and suck that all in and honestly reach out to her. Also, the other people who've been here like nonstop, and I know I'm getting so much DM as well. Just let us know. Just go and repost this and then tell us what was the main takeaway from this and what are you going to do differently? And what was the aha moment? It was like, I was not thinking about this. That would help us as well. And who knows, I might invite her again and again. I'm not going to leave her alone. Every year she's going to be my guest and doing this, right? Gulneet, I'm going to manifest that. How about that?
My pleasure. I'll be more than happy to come and spread knowledge and awareness because I feel what I achieved, everyone has the right to know about what they can achieve in their lives. So the more we spread this knowledge, the better it's going to benefit people.
That is
And I wish everyone all the best for their career or whatever they want. So the more they work on their belief system, whether it's coming from their childhood traumas or any events in their lives or any survival emotions that they have, the more they work on these two. Journaling is very important. Meditation is very, very important. Even if you're not manifesting anything, you want to really see the actual effects of meditation, try it for a month and see. You will be a changed person.
wow.
So I wish everyone the best in their career and their life.
That is amazing. Now, please, people, just go ahead and follow her. And we had over 600 people attending here, dropping in, dropping out, and I'm getting a lot of requests to actually watch a replay as well. It's going to be available on my newsletter, teachndo.com/newsletter. You can go to my feature sections. The next program that I have would be exclusively to those people who sign up. You would be getting a replay. It's with a 10 speaker, around 10 speaker, award-winning journalists from Canada, news anchor, national news reader. Also, I have top speakers from around the world, TEDx speaker, plus the LinkedIn top voices. And LinkedIn editors are coming in, joining in as well. How to get feature on LinkedIn, also LinkedIn other editor who's live host producer as well. They're all going to be joining in together to talk about so many topics. You're going to resonate. Go ahead and put your name, go to my free resources, teachndo.com. Also see my feature item on my LinkedIn profile and save your spot. And if you do that, even if you're not able to come out, you will get the replay for a limited time. And these are the people who charge a lot of money to come in and speak. Gulneet as well the same way. But we've decided to give it back to the community. And that's why we want you to just take it up. And if you go out there asking for, brain picking, like, hey, can I pick your brain? Can I do that for money? So you want to make sure that you go back and watch a replay and apply it. Now, again, dream is just going to be dream if you don't implement the step that she gave you today, which is 5 steps. And she was speaking for 45 minutes for you just to go over the step that you can apply today, right now, and you could transform your life with clarity and have that dream career, and you can apply anywhere else. So before I leave, Gulneet, do you have anything to add? And I'm going to wrap up.
No, thank you, Sweta. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing experience. Thank you, everyone who have joined this, and it was lovely sharing my knowledge with all of you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. People are still sticking in there.